Good afternoon, students. I will talk about spotters. We are discussing about spotters. Which one will be given in exams. So today I will talk about spotters which is in CNS system. Okay. First spotter is the diazepam. So here you can see this is the picture of diazepam. For example, this one we will be given in exam. We will keep in exam as a spotter. So along with this, we'll give questions to you like for example, diazepam. Diazepam belongs to which type of group, or what is the use of diazepam, what is the adverse effects, what is the mechanism, it will act on which receptor, and what are the other uses. These type of questions will be asking to you. So diazepam, it is a benzodiazepine group of drug. It acts on GABA receptors. Mechanism of action is a specific. It is a specific binding site associated with GABA A receptor chloride ion channels. It binds to GABA A receptor and increases the flow of chloride ions into the neurons and produce hyperpolarization. This is the mechanism of action. When we will ask, if you identify diazepam, that questions also will be there only. So according to that questions, you have to answer two points. So if mechanism of action of diazepam means, you have to mention this. It binds GABA receptor and increase the flow of chloride ions into the neurons and produce hyperpolarization. And next, adverse effects. If it is adverse effects is there means you have to write drowsiness, confusion, amnesia, weakness, headache, blurred vision, impaired motor coordination, like that. And one is the mechanism of action and adverse effect of drugs and uses of diazepam. What are the uses of diazepam? It is used in insomnia, in anxiety states, muscle relaxant, because it is centrally acting muscle relaxant. So it is used as a muscle relaxant, and it is used in pre-anesthetic medication and during alcohol withdrawal symptoms, and it is used as anticonvulsant. The IV diazepam is used as it is a drug of choice in the treatment of status epilepticus. These are the uses of diazepam. Diazepam uses, what are those? Insomnia, and it is used in anxieties, and it is used as a muscle relaxant, and it is used as a pre-anesthetic medication because it reduces anxiety. It is used as a pre-anesthetic medication before going to surgery because it reduces the anxiety. And during alcohol withdrawal symptoms, it is also used. Alcohol withdrawal symptoms are conversions to reduce stress, anxiety, to reduce the anxiety. We have to give in diazepam. And anticonvulsant IV diazepam is drug of choice in the treatment of status epilepticus. And next, alprazolam. It is a benzodiazepine drug. See here, this is the drug of alprazolam. So this one we will keep for exams. Along with that, we will give two questions. Means like mechanism of action, what are the adverse effects, what are the indications, what are the other uses, like those type of questions we will be given. You have to answer that. And alprazolam is the benzodiazepine. It acts on GABA receptors like diazepam. It is used in anxiety disorder and panic disorders. So side effects, causes. Severe effects are yellowing of the skin or eyes, and confusion, hallucination, and severe skin rashes. Here you can see this is the adverse effect of alprazolam, and other adverse effects. It causes drowsiness, lightheadedness, dizziness, irritability, talkativeness, changes in sex, uh, drive or ability, and changes in appetite and sleep disturbances. These are the side effects of the alprazolam, which it is causes drowsiness, lightheadedness, dizziness, talkativeness, irritability, and change in appetite, weight changes, and it causes dry mouth and increased salivation, or seizures, weakness problems with coordination. These all are the side effects which these side effects caused by alprazolam. First mechanism of action, it is also acts on GABA receptors like diazepam, and adverse effects are drowsiness, lightheadedness, dizziness, dry mouth, increased salivation, changes in appetite, and weight changes, and skin rashes, hallucinations, and yellowing of the skin or eyes, and also causes seizures. So these are the adverse effects of alprazolam. And levodopa, next drug is levodopa and carbidopa. It is used in Parkinson disease. The combination of levodopa and carbidopa is used to treat symptoms of Parkinson's disease. And which type of questions will be asked? Why we will give along with levodopa along with carbidopa? What is the purpose of that? And what is the ratio of that? And what is the use, where it is used, why it is give, levodopa is which type of drug, like that we will be asking in exam. Okay, levodopa and carbidopa is a combination of levodopa and carbidopa is used to treat the symptoms of Parkinson's disease. Levodopa and carbidopa is a dopamine precursor. Levodopa is a dopamine precursor. It stimulates dopamine receptors and increases the dopamine levels in brain. What will happen in Parkinsonism? Dopamine levels are decreased in Parkinsonism. So levodopa is acts on dopamine receptors. So it is a dopamine precursor. It increases the dopamine level in the brain. And what is the purpose of carbidopa? Carbidopa is a peripheral decarboxylase inhibitor. So along with levodopa, levodopa does not cross blood-brain barrier. It immediately degraded in the peripherally. So along with carbidopa, it will not degrade in the body. So because the carbidopa is peripheral decarboxylase inhibitor. So along with levodopa, it will not decarboxylase. So it will increases the levodopa levels along with levodopa and carbidopa combination. So it will go to pass to blood-brain barrier and increases the dopamine levels in brain. So it is administered along with levodopa. It increases the plasma half-life in peripheral and it crosses blood-brain barrier. Okay, levodopa is a precursor of dopamine precursor of dopamine. It stimulates the dopamine receptors and increases the dopamine levels in brain. And carbidopa is the peripheral decarboxylase inhibitors along with levodopa. When it administered along with levodopa, it increases the plasma half-life in peripheral and blood-brain crosses blood-brain barrier. And it is used in Parkinsonism. It is nothing but a chronic progressive motor disorder. It is characterized by rigidity, tremors, salivation, abnormalities of posture, posture and gait, and mood changes. And also it is like expressionless face, characterized by expressionless face and tremors. So this so to reduce these symptoms will be given levodopa along with carbidopa. Levodopa and carbidopa, it is used in Parkinsonism disease. Parkinson's disease is characterized by, it is a progressive motor disorder. It is characterized by mask-like face, tremors, salivation, abnormalities of posture and gait, and also mood changes will get. Next slide is the tramadol. It is a synthetic opioid drug. It is centrally acting analgesic. So what type of questions we will be given in exam? That means what are the receptors which act on tramadol? Which receptors are acts on this? Tramadol acts on which receptors, and what are the mechanism? What is the what are the uses and adverse effects, like that? Those questions will be arised in this. It is a synthetic opioid. It is a centrally acting analgesic. It acts on serotonergic and noradrenergic nociception, and it acts on mu receptors. Mu opioid receptors. It is a tramadol is the centrally acting analgesic. It acts on serotonergic and noradrenergic nociception, and also acts on mu opioid receptors. Adverse effects: it causes drowsiness, dryness, sedation, and nausea. And it all these are the adverse effects of tramadol. Where it is used in acute and chronic pain like post-operative pain and neuralgiasis. It is used when it is used after surgery or post-operation pain to reduce the post-operative pain. So it is used in acute and chronic pain like post-operative pain and neuralgiasis. Tramadol is used in acute and chronic pain like post-operative pain and neuralgiasis. It causes drowsy, more adverse effects or side effects. It causes drowsiness, dryness of the mouth, and sedation and nausea. Next one is the phenytoin. It is an anti-epileptic drug. For this, here you can see this. This is the spotter. In this, what questions will be arise? What is the mechanism of action, uses, where it is used, what are the other uses, what are the other side effects, like that questions will be arise. Excuse me. Phenytoin is an anti-epileptic drug. Blockade of voltage dependent. What is the mechanism of phenytoin? It is a blockade of voltage dependent sodium channels and stabilizes the neuronal membrane. It blockade the voltage dependent sodium channel and stabilizes the neuronal membranes. It is the mechanism of phenytoin. The mechanism of action of phenytoin, it blocks the voltage dependent sodium channel and stabilizes the neuronal membrane. And adverse effects. So phenytoin, on phenytoin, one chart also will be given, will be there. So what are the adverse effects which is caused by gingival hyperplasia and peripheral neuropathy, hirsutism, hyperglycemia, megaloblastic anemia, and teratogenicity? These all are side effects or adverse effects which is caused by phenytoin. First one is the gingival hyperplasia. It is a common in children on prolonged usage of phenytoin. When it is used prolonged in children, it causes gingival hyperplasia and peripheral neuropathy, hirsutism, Hyperglycemia, because it inhibits the insulin release, so it causes hyperglycemia. And megaloblastic anemia, as it decreases the absorption and increases the excretion of folate, so it causes megaloblastic anemia. It decreases absorption of folates and increases the excretion of folates, so it leads to megaloblastic anemia. And it is also causes phocomelia, it is also causes fetal hedantoin syndrome. When it will taken by pregnant women, it produces fetal hedantoin syndrome. It is characterized by cleft palate, hair lip, and microcephaly in offspring. So these are the adverse effects. It is an anti-epileptic drug, so it causes so many adverse effects like gingival hyperplasia, peripheral neuropathy, hirsutism, hyperglycemia, megaloblastic anemia, and teratogenicity. Teratogenicity, when it will occur, when it will take by pregnant woman, it produces fetal hedantoin syndrome. Fetal hedantoin syndrome is characterized by cleft palate, hair lip, and microcephaly in the offspring. And what are the uses of phenytoin? It is used in generalized tonic seizures and clonic seizures, generalized tonic-clonic seizures, and status epilepticus, trigeminal neuralgia, and cardiac arrhythmias. It is used in generalized clonic seizures, status epilepticus, trigeminal neuralgia, and cardiac arrhythmias. And another spotter is the halothane. It is a volatile liquid. Here you can see this is the halothane. It is a volatile liquid and it is a potent action and non-irritant and non-inflammable anesthetic. It is a volatile liquid and potent anesthetic, but it is non-irritant and non-inflammable. And it is induction is smooth and rapid. In 2 to 5 minutes, surgical anesthesia can be produced. When we start surgery, then when it gives it induction time is the 2 to 5 minutes. It is a rapid. It shows rapid action. It causes anesthesia. It can be produced within 2 to 5 minutes. Recovery is rapid and post-operative nausea. These are the advantages. Recovery is rapid and induction also 2 to 5 minutes will occur. It happens and recovery is rapid. Post-operative nausea and vomiting are low incidence. So these are the advantages of halothane. And disadvantage is that it is a direct myocardiac depressant and also it causes respiratory depression. This is the most severe adverse effects. That is the myocardiac. It causes direct myocardiac depressant and also causes some respiratory depression. Next one is the thiopental sodium. This is the drug which will be given in exams. Spotter. This is the thiopental sodium. What questions will be asked? Where it is used, what are the uses, mechanism of action, and how it will given. Like that, questions will be there. And thiopental sodium is the ultra short acting drug. When it is administered IV, it induces hypnosis and it reduces the anxiety, everything, anxiety, tension, apprehensions. And quick onset of action, it has a quick onset of action and smooth induction and rapid acting drug. So what are the uses of thiopental sodium? It is used for induction of anesthesia before to administered of inhalational anesthetics. It is used for the induction of anesthesia before to administration of inhalational anesthetics. So this is about CNS drugs. So this is about spotters, which is in CNS system. Thank you.